when you're in a toxic relationship, nobody wants you to no longer be toxic, because then they're toxic by themselves when you've been trauma bonded with them. You know, so that friend that every time you decide that you're gonna eat healthy and you bring a salad and some chickpeas and some healthy food for that day for lunch, and when they meet up and see you with it, they're like, now here you go again, you ain't gonna even make it. I already know, you're gonna eat half of that today and then you're gonna be asking me for some of my food. Yeah, we got people like that. You have to either get to a point where you either have to let that person go or you have to create boundaries, okay? So detoxing your life is a huge, huge part of how you start to push yourself in a trajectory where you're becoming the highest version of yourself. This is why it's so important as an inspirational vitamin to take this vitamin every day and see where there's things that you need to let go that are no longer serving you, that are not only no longer serving you, but are now toxic to you. They are making you spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally sick, okay? This is why detoxing is absolutely imperative if you want to stay on that trajectory, because a lot of people will start to take 5 steps towards the highest version of themselves and then have these toxic moments where it pulls them 10 steps backwards. Okay, so you gotta do that. That's the second inspirational vitamin. You have got to detox your life, okay? Let go and surrender the things that are no longer serving you, okay? Number 3, you gotta surround yourself with greatness, okay? You got the toxicity out of your life now, okay? That toxicity has to now be replaced with all the greatness that is aligned with where you want to go, the path in your life. Okay? You can't just get rid of the bad stuff. You gotta align yourself with things that are sending your frequency up. Okay? Adding vibration to you instead of taking it away. Okay? That's everything from people to food. You can't be eating low vibrational food and wondering why you don't have energy. Okay? Wondering why you feel sluggish, why you're fatigued all the time. Okay? So you gotta surround yourself with greatness. Everything you put into this vehicle that we call the human body for our spiritual experience has to be greatness that uplifts you to the point where you're getting to the highest version of yourself. So your friends, the people you hang out with at work, the conversations that you're having, the music that you're listening to, the environments that you go into, okay? If you got a problem with alcohol, don't go to bars. I tell people this and they don't understand the importance of committing yourself to a degree where you don't even put yourself in a position to make the mistake, or put yourself in a position where people are persuading or coercing you to make the mistake because they want you to be on the same level with them. Okay, when people start seeing you trying to go up, you know, it's not that they don't love you. In many cases, they want to keep you where they're at because they love your company. And as they say, misery loves company, okay? So the important thing about surrounding yourself with greatness, the third inspirational vitamin, is you have to be vigilant and be constantly conscious about where you're going to and who you're spending that time with, okay? Because where you're spending your time and who you're spending that time with will determine what your 2024 is going to be, without a doubt. Where you spend your time, if I spend most of my time at the gym, and I spend most of my time in my creative space being creative, and I spend most of my time having positive conversations, and I spend most of my time around people who also love to have positive conversations and love to uplift me in the same way that I want to uplift them, then guess what? I can't help but moving toward the direction of greatness. But when I spend my time around people who are constantly always taking and never giving, when I spend my time in environments that make it easy for me to eat horrible food, make horrible choices, when I spend my time in those type of environments, Again, it goes back to what I said before. You can only get what you're getting by what you're choosing in life, okay? All right, it's hugely important. You get what you get in life based upon what I just talked about, okay? So the third inspirational vitamin, you have to surround yourself with greatness in terms of how you think, the people you're around, okay? Where you go, the environments that you go into. This is hugely important, all right? Number four, you have to take ownership of your health and your well-being. You have to take ownership of that. I'm not responsible for it. Your doctor is not responsible for it. The FDA is not responsible for it. The CDC is not responsible for it. The EPA is not responsible for it. The hospitals are not responsible for it. The food companies are not responsible for it. And the drug companies are not responsible for your health. You are. You are responsible for your well-being. You are responsible for the things you think. You are responsible for the things that you believe in, and you're responsible